welcome back, guys. I know it's been a bit since I've uploaded. This series is just going to be another revamped podcast. I did some before, but it's been a bit since I've uploaded. The podcast is more just going to be about whatever I want to talk about. I might have some friends come on. I do want to try getting some more gameplays out there. It just really depends if I can get it working. Like Diablo 4, I have that, but it keeps crashing on me for network, and I think it's also just because it's a new game. This one's just going to be about Doctor Who and Berserk, and the other, like, what I'm also going to do is if I have stuff about what I'm talking about, I'll put it on. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do the series yet, and I'm just kind of getting started. So for this, I have for Doctor Who the some discs. So I got into this. It's been a minute. I started watching it whenever Netflix had it, so a very long time ago because they got rid of it. You have Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, you have Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, and Jodie Whittaker. My favorite one would be David Tennant, just because when I started watching it, it was the more... I felt like Christopher Eccleston kind of started it out, bringing it back really well, but David Tennant, I felt like his acting was a little bit better. The storyline was better, in my opinion. I just like the emotion and how good of an actor he was. He's also in, I think it's called Bad Omens, which is on Amazon Prime. That's a really good one, and I think they're bringing that back. And David Tennant's coming back for the new special, which I don't remember when that comes out, but I'm excited for that one too. So pretty much all Doctor Who is about is a Time Lord, and Time Lords are beings from a planet called Gallifrey, and they can regenerate if they get hurt bad enough, they can regenerate and they change their face. They can die. I think it's like if you kill them while they're, like, right before they can actually regenerate, so you have to, like, I don't know the specifics on it. I haven't dived too deep into the background of Doctor Who. It's more just what I've seen and what I know. That's what I'm going to be talking about. But yeah, they can regenerate, they change their face, and pretty much it's the same head. It's just everything else can be different, so their personality, their looks, just stuff like that. And I mean, his story is more just fighting against alien species and saving the world without, like, killing, per se, like, all the time. He more is a talker, trying to get people to communicate, which he did in the Peter Capaldi one. Pretty sure it was this one. Or was it? I mean, it's been a bit since I've actually rewatched Doctor Who, but one of the seasons, there's the... I don't even know what they're called, but they're an alien being, and they can shapeshift into other humans, as long as they have, like, their DNA or whatever. And so the humans and the alien species wanted to kill each other and take over or keep the planet for themselves, but he was pretty much like, nah, you guys are going to talk it out. And in that episode, he made it to where they keep forgetting until they came up with the correct response that he wanted, which was talk it out, figure it out, live together, all of that. The Jodie Whittaker one, I will say, not my favorite. It does get a little confusing with the stuff that they bring in, because, like, obviously there's going to be spoilers if you haven't seen it, but they kind of talk about how the Doctor, which is his name, is the first being, and he was found as a child in front of a wormhole or a black hole, one of the two, and his mom brought him in and tried to figure out how to make more beings like him, so take the powers. So he has the powers, and then that's how the Time Lords became an actual species, is from that. There's a lot more that goes into it. There's a lot of working together that happens. I mean, overall, it's a really good series, a good watch. I would totally recommend it. And I wanted to get into the older series, like the first ones, but like I said, Netflix got rid of it, so I wasn't able to really watch it, which is sad, because I wanted to get into the older stuff and start from there, but couldn't really do that. Next off is Berserk. I don't own it, but I have watched the, I think it was the 1987 series, and then I own this on DVD. I don't own the other one on DVD. This is the 2016 one, so this one is, I personally enjoyed this a lot. The soundtrack was really good. The animation style was a mix of 2D and 3D, so it's a little bit harder to watch if you're used to different animes like Black Clover, Seven Deadly Sins. What else have I seen? Naruto, Dragon Ball. Let's see. Tokyo Ghoul. Those are all really good too. Those are really good watches. Black Clover's coming out soon too, again. Well, with the movie. And then I think they're going to start with the seasons again at some point. This one captures... what arc is it? I don't know the name of the arcs throughout Berserk, but this one takes place after they get attacked by a giant group of demons, because the God Hand, which is the top 5 demons, like lords, I guess, to make Griffith the 5th God Hand, but like the king of them. And they get, Guts, which is the main character, gets branded on the neck with, I think it is on the manga that I have, which I'll show you here soon. He gets branded with a symbol, which means that it pulls in demons, and the demons have to pretty much just go after him because he's a sacrifice. And the point of that was to give Griffith his powers. And he still has his powers, but there's 2 people, Guts and Casca, who survived. But it's a very explicit series, so I'm not going to delve too deep into what happens, but Casca gets really messed up in the head from some stuff that happens. And this ends where they're going to... It's not the Elf Kingdom, but it is an area where elves, pixies, they live. And they're going to try to help her mind get better. And so you'd have to watch it or read it to see how that goes. And then speaking of reading, I have, if I can even do this correctly, it's a lot of them, but they are the definitive editions of Berserk. I have 1 through 6, and then I can try to show you what that mark looks like. So that's what it looks like, but it's supposed to be in red when they have it, and that will bleed when there's demons nearby. So the definitive edition, or deluxe edition, I guess, is just multiple stories into one, instead of just having the smaller mangas. They're a little bit on the pricier side, but they're really good to read, and they look like, they just look amazing all around. They're bigger, so you can have, the pictures are bigger, so you can see it better. I mean, that one's also definitely worth a read. I would recommend reading it before watching it, just because it has a lot more info, and both the 1987, I'm correct on when that came out, and then the 2016 anime, they cut out a lot of stuff, and I mean, they have some pretty good detail in them too, a lot of blood and all that, but overall, the manga's worth reading a lot more than watching the animes. That one's just one of my favorite mangas that I've read. I haven't read too many other mangas from other animes that I've seen. I want to get into Tokyo Ghoul, Seven Deadly Sins, all the other ones that I've seen. Because I used to read a little bit of Naruto, but there's so much of that to read too. and it was just more jumping all over what I could get from libraries. I mean, like I said, overall, both of them, Doctor Who and Berserk, are pretty good. I know it's a little bit of a shorter episode. It's a work in progress, getting into, this was more just I thought of it on the spot, get it up there, see how it goes. But I do need to work on planning it more. But, I mean, other than that, I do want to try to get more games out, if I can get that working. But thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and see you all later.